Hey everybody, what's going on? As everybody knows, I'm Josh. I'm going to tell you the actual truth about a few things. I was online about 4.5 years ago and was going through another platform and came across Jimmy and was listening to what he had to say, and something just registered with me. And he was saying about changing your perspective on life or something to that effect, and that's actually resonated with me. So I changed jobs, and that was the start, and that was the beginning of starting to listen. And as it went on, I was following, and as most everybody knows, I was following and was given money. I've always given money. I mean, that's the biggest thing because I deal with money. That's that's always been my issue. Was everything's been about money. I mean, I don't even know how much money I've given. I couldn't even guesstimate, but I will let everybody know that I am about $70,000 in debt. Not for this. Most of it was the majority before I knew Jimmy. Most of it was mine.
That's not what you told me. You told me you had $16,000 in debt when we met.
Yeah, I said most of it was mine before. Yeah, that's what I said before. That's before I knew you. Was mine. And then I spent money that I did not have. I put everything on credit cards, and it just kept adding up, and it kept building and building. And I will tell you, I have been lying. I lied to him constantly, saying I have the money, I have the money, and most of the time I did not have the money. And the biggest one was when he needed money for rent. And I said, "Oh, I've got you, I've got you." And then it came time for the rent, and I didn't have it. I said, "I, I don't have it." After promising all the time that I did have everything, have the money. I didn't have it. I overspent, and I am sorry for that. That I was trying to buy friendship is basically what I was doing. That was the that was the biggest thing I was trying to do was to buy a friend. That was that was the start, and I'm gonna tell you that did not work out too well. That was not the way to go. But at the time, it was I was lonely. I'm telling you, I was lonely, and it just seemed right then the right thing to do. And now I realize that you can't buy friendship, but I mean, I was building a line constantly, just snowball. Because once you tell one, it just snowballs constantly, and I just pretty much let him on because it was with the money. And I was like, "Oh no, I've got this, I've got this," and it was everybody saw that I was giving all the money, and it made me feel good for a while. I was feeling good. Oh, I can do this and do this, and just all of a sudden it caught up with me, and it's like I just I don't I don't have anything else. And when he needed me the most, I wasn't there, and I found out now that that was not being a friend. That was being um don't know what the word is, but um,
A fraud?
yeah, fraud, scammer. That was it. That was what I'm looking for, a scammer. Um, I was actually a scammer because I told him, "Oh, I've got you back," and then he let me know that when he really needed me. Then it's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not there. I don't have it. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry." And that was that was the beginning, and I just kept for me it kept being about the money constantly. It was always money, 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 because that was the only thing that I dealt in. I still am about the money. It's just because I know I money. They say money doesn't buy happiness, and that's true. But I just it was not when I bought all the stuff because I like stuff. I'm gonna tell you, I like buying stuff, even if I don't need stuff. I buy it just to have it. I mean, there's no. I could have avoided all of that credit card debt that I have by not buying stuff, but I was lonely, and it just the more I bought, the better I felt. And I was like, oh well, I'll pay for that later. That go on a credit card. I can pay for that later. That's no big thing. And then eventually now I'm coming to realize that I'm starting to pay for it. But with that part, I I was lying the whole time about having money. I mean, I still have the money, but I'm still lying about it because I still think that that's the most important thing is money. But after all that coming up here, I'm gonna tell you the reason he invited me to come up here, and I came up here. But the reason that I came up here was not with good intentions. I came up here with ill intentions, and it it didn't start out that way. I was hiding everything as I came up here. I was hiding everything underneath the surface, and it just kept building and escalating. And the main reason I came up here was to ruin his life because I was jealous. I'm telling you, I've been jealous the whole time. I was like, I see somebody that um was sitting there and was getting all this money for basically just sitting there talking, and I'm like, something just clicked in my head. I was like, I've I just got jealous. I've been jealous. I'm still a little bit jealous. I'm still jealous. That I don't know. It's silly to say that, but I just I'm jealous because I mean I work my jobs and do all that, and I just it just it makes me jealous. I mean I don't know, but yeah, going back to the reason I came up here, I was coming up here to get information.
Don't mention names or anything. There's no reason to incriminate anybody.
No, I'm not. I came up here with the intentions of getting all the information that I could get and everything that I could figure out. Then I was planning on going back home and going online and using all the information to let everybody know what was going on and what was happening and everything because everybody was wanting to know everything, and people were giving me information as to what questions to ask, what information they needed, what they wanted. And I, I had that the whole time I've been here. The whole time that was the main intent for coming up here was to ruin his life because of jealousy. And now saying that, I know I know I'm sitting there and you're saying that, well, how can you do that? But in my mind, it that was the way it was. I mean, I know it sounds silly to say it when I hear it now, but then it was like that's all that was in my mind. But I was dealing with the wrong people, listening to the wrong people, and I mean, because they got in my head. Because, like I said, I was all I was doing is I was at home. I would go to work. I would go home, eat, then get on one of the platforms and spend the rest of the night. And certain people just got in my head and started telling me things, and it just registered with me. And I thought, okay, well they want to be my friend. They want they want to be my friend because they're talking to me, and they wanted to know information. And I thought, okay, well they want to them be my friend because they wanted to know things. And come well, now I found out that they were just using me, but then I didn't see it that way. I was like, okay, well they want all this, okay. Well, I can go up there and get them this information and then use it, and it won't hurt nobody, it won't bother nobody. And I've come to realize that's not true, because if it was just up to me, I would just be done and that's it. But then I realized that it's not just affecting me, it's affecting two other people going with that information and using all that information. That I've realized that because before it was always just about me. It's just me. What what do I get out of what can I do? And now I'm starting to realize that your actions don't just affect you, it affects everybody around you. And that's something that I've never experienced with anybody. Um, but it does. I realize that that's not the right thing to do. But going back to the reason, to the reason I came up here was about trying to ruin his life, like I said, because of jealousy. Um, I thought, well, I'll get everything I can, spend a couple months, go home, that'll be it. But then I was here, and well, I started here, and and then I sold my car. Jimmy didn't have anything to do with me selling the car. He suggested I sold it before I left Georgia, and I said no. I had to have my car because I had to have stuff. Because I've always had to have things because it made me feel safe and secure. So I kept my car, came up here, and then it was about, I think it was like the third or fourth week I was here. Then he suggested it, but then I was like, no, no, I need my car. I want my car. I gotta have it. Well, then I knew stuff was wrong with my car, and I mean it was stuff that could have been fixed, but I didn't have the money to fix it because I had all still had my debt. So, but it was not. He didn't say, "Oh, you're gonna sell your car. Oh, we're gonna sell it." He asked me, and I mean I kept saying no, 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 and finally I was just like, there's a few things wrong with it that it could be fixed, but I can't fix it. It was getting um, starting to be wintertime, and I knew my car would not make it through this first winter because we'd never had a winter. So I made the decision to sell it, and then we sold the car. And I know everybody's been saying, "Oh, well, he made you do it. He did not make me do it. I chose to. I mean, I could still have it, but I knew it would make it, and it would end up costing more to fix it and maintain it than what I have." And then the next part, then after that, I took the bus for a little while. And then that started being expensive. So, I mean, I had to get to work. So I started, the only thing I had left was my 2 feet. I had to start walking. That was the only other option. No, I got a ride for a little while. Somebody from work gave me a ride for a little while. But then I had to start walking. So I started walking. It takes me about an hour and 10 minutes to get to work, something like that. And I mean, at first I was reluctant and I was hesitant. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. But I had to get to work somehow.
Please
So
continue to tell your sob story about how you came here to commit homicide. And please explain to them how it's more important that you're comfortable. As I continue to live in this home, allow you to live here, as you pretty much keep us trapped, knowing the moment we live here we have no options because you helped destroy every relationship I ever had. And now we have nowhere to turn. And I stepped up and I said, I don't care what people think about me. They're going to know the truth. No one's forcing you to do it. But the fact is, you own it or you get out. Because I am done staying up at night, staying awake in the night, just to know that we're safe. And as everyone else just makes an effort to save Kate, well, maybe I need a little saving too. Maybe I'm not the one that's so crazy. Am I, Josh?
no.
And neither are you. You're hurt, and you've been hurt, and everybody's been hurt, and the hurt needs to stop. The hurt started on Periscope, and it ends on YouTube. It ends somewhere with someone who actually cares. And while you beat around the bush, what did you actually learn about me, Josh? Who do I actually care about? Who have I cared about this entire time? Who have I defended?
Me.
As you sit here and complain about walking, bragging about the fact that you walked to work. Josh Cook, you're a good man. That's the only thing I actually know about you. Everything else you've given me is a lie. As you continue to try and have them give you, entertain you. Josh, you and I already both know the reason why. They were interested in my life and not yours. It had nothing to do with anything that I offered other than the fact that they saw I care. And so people like you and the people like you consorted with decided that it would be your right and your righteous place to destroy everything I've ever been, everyone I ever was, and make sure that you drove me to mental insanity. Behind the scenes, so on screen, what did it look like, Josh?
I think you're going crazy.
Yeah, and what are people still going to think to some degree?
It's going crazy.
Yeah, exactly, Josh. Exactly. So maybe I make it out of this alive. Maybe people see just how bad society is getting and understand that it's not the people that are the problem. You're not the problem. I'm not the problem. They are not the problem. The problem is that we continue to make one another a problem. Josh, you decided not to kill me because you found out I never had any bad intentions for you.
Been a good guy this whole time.
I opened my phone, I opened Snapchat, and I saw a vulnerable homosexual man showing me a photo of his PJs with something inappropriate to be seen. And I diverted to positive conversation. As you continue to make passes, that was the beginning of us knowing one another. But since you don't want to do that, Josh, yes, I am putting you on the chopping block. Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Josh, because I am done. I am done being the victim, and I am done being told I'm a bad person. Josh, you're a good person, but this dark conversation, this dark everything needs to end now. If anything is ever going to get better. Because all I've ever known my whole life is everyone trying to hide their secrets in the dark as my life continued to get worse. And theirs continued to look like a sob story. Oh, yeah, how Jimmy hurt me. Oh, come on. as you pretend to whimper. But Josh, you're plain as day. I don't think you realize that you're plain as day. But this doesn't need to be the end of your story. It could be the beginning of your story. This can be your first vlog. People, Josh, you know what people think I'm crazy for? What did I tell you? That everyone I know said, get him out.
Yeah, that's what he kept telling me.
But who did I trust? Even though I knew, who did I trust, Josh?
Me.
Why? Is it because I'm naive and stupid and crazy? Or because I'm really smart and I see a good guy who's going to make it through?
Yeah, he is very smart.
Josh, I'm not saying this for my own praise. I don't need you to say good things about me. I say plenty of good things about myself. Keep building your narrative, Josh. Keep building into your lies. Feed into that addiction and help them feed into that addiction. Josh, the problem is that you think you have nothing left to lose. Josh, I have everything to lose, and I'm willing to put it on the line for you because you're worth that much. Not because you're not. Not because you're clever or because you think you have one over on me, Josh. But I'm intentionally throwing myself on this chopping block because, Josh, they're not gonna have anything. Josh, 90% of people, they're gonna sit back and say, "Oh, poor Josh, he was always wronged. Let's go after Jimmy." Josh, because that's what they do. And I am completely cool with that. Because as long as you move forward with your life and get over this, and we find a way to build our platform and build out a positive community that doesn't feed off of negativity and hate, I will pay whatever price I have to pay. Let them come at me. Let them make up their stories. Let you smirk on the side of your face as you enjoy my pain, because you'll never be me. But you know what, Josh? You never wanted to be me. You wanted me to be you.
Yeah. Oh, I did. I wanted your life. I mean, I saw what you got.
And you took it.
I did. I saw
paycheck by paycheck, you took it. In ways that they'll never even know. Because it's not their problem to know. But Josh, this isn't recorded content, right? It's not a movie. It's not a movie. This is not a game.
It's real life.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that. I'm the one that doesn't have one. You're the one that if you want to run back to Georgia, it's your freaking right to run back to Georgia. That if Kate would like to return to Bloomsburg, she's an adult. You're adults. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Let people think I'm being irresponsible. And no. No. Something has to be done, and shutting me up doesn't fix anything, because I'm the only one in this entire atmosphere that seems to want to shout the truth. So y'all continue to try and silence me with your lies. So I guess I'm just going to have to fight harder with the truth then, huh? I'm going to have to be a little louder. And by louder, that's all I mean. I just mean vocally. Look at this face. Completely sane, completely normal. I'm not manic. I'm mad. And the only thing I'm doing about being mad is making sure that my best friend owns his stuff so that we can all move forward. Because Josh deserves a better life. I already have one. I am happy as a clam. But Josh isn't, and that tears me up inside. And that should tear you up inside. You should feel for him and not for me, because you're aware of the fact that I don't need you to feel for me, but he definitely does. But making him a victim is only ruining his life further. He is not a victim. He is an aggressor that came to my home to quite literally take my life. Now, as far as measures for Caitlin and I to become safe at a distance to a man who has a future but currently needs help, we're going to work on that. We're going to figure that out. Because being under his thumb is what's happening here. Not my thumb. The delusion that me sitting on the couch, that I'm in control. as we all talk about money, where's the paycheck coming from? So who's it? Where do I go? Where do we go? I want to do something with Kate here. I want to figure something out. But due to everything that's been done by the people that Josh consorts with, I have no ability to go and get a job to take care of Kate because no one will hire me. And if anyone does hire me, it's just simple labor. And while I'm at work, I'm paranoid, wonder if she's safe at home. Because somehow, thanks to all of this, somebody always finds where we live. They always find a way to get to us. So where's the safety? But guys, I'm realizing that so long as I remain intellectually ahead of the curve, I'm safe and Kate's safe. That's why I'm not afraid of this. Because this is not a this, it's a him. And you allowed him to become an it. And now it needs to find its way back to a him. And let's not pretend like this it was a him when he came to my house or when he was in Georgia. No, he was a good fake.
Very.
And the transaction that happened here was that every time he offered me death, I responded with a hug. I responded with an I love you, brother. I responded with I respectfully decline because I'm not interested in that. And eventually it led to this, where there's nothing left but the truth. And the truth is that Josh needs help, but not help that from a problem that I caused. My job is to reveal the problems, guys. We've missed the point here of my value. I know my value. You don't. Now you need to. You need to see the ability that I have to help people, because we need to build a life, and I have responsibilities to you that can't happen without your help, without your viewership, without your sharing. Oh, it's just a YouTube channel? I don't think so. It's a life's mission. It's my life's mission. You see this? What you see, you think you see damage. Wrong. The damage was there. What you see is revelation. You see a revealing, okay? It is where Josh has gone through a rigorous test in his life.
Yes, exactly.
And there was nothing that I did or said in that matter. It was just constant reflection, okay? It doesn't take, it's simple. I don't have a degree. We all know this. I'm not a professional. Because it doesn't take a professional to give somebody a hug. Josh, you get a lot of hugs at home? You do?
Yes, I do.
You get real hugs?
Yeah. They're real ones now, not like the ones I had at
I thought
before. No.
This is your home, I guess.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you feel at home.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But, you know, Josh,
it's been a mission, because it's been
hard.
It's been ups and downs
For everybody.
Yes, for ups and downs. We've had ups and downs, and
Breathe, baby.
I mean, what do you expect when I tell you that I've come to ruin your life? I mean, what would you expect? What would you expect somebody to do?
And what did I do when you told me? What did I do when you told me?
He told me, he's like, I forgive you. So, I mean,
what else can I do?
What would you expect somebody to do,
guys?
If I told you that,
let me ask you a question. Do you diffuse a situation better by coming out at it with noise, or with a sound heart? You've seen me give nothing but noise on live stream. How'd that work out? Not too well. But guys, in the private, right, where I was safe, I was able to be myself, do feet piece, right? What I wanted to do online, that everybody on Periscope wouldn't let me do. That everyone just tried to shut me up because they were so scared and angry and sick of their own lives that they tried to ruin mine. And YouTube saved my life. Caitlin saved my life. God saved my life. God saved my life. Not the feet piece God, right? Not the whatever, but just human intuition and relationship. Wake up, buddy. Okay? You're a he. You're not an it. Wake up. But I mean emotionally wake up. Everybody needs to emotionally wake up. Because while we're so busy yelling at each other for what the next person is doing wrong, Nobody's getting hugs. Why am I not giving hugs? In my earlier broadcast, I'm angry. You hear me angry. I don't want to be that guy, and I'm learning how to not be that guy. But I need your help to do that. And for any of the shallow people who think that your help ends at your paycheck, keep your money. I'm talking to the people who want genuine social change. Meaning that we put one another ahead of ourselves so that this, look at this. No, let's look at the real thing. Doesn't happen to anybody else. Because guys, the reason I'm still okay isn't because I'm the one that's messed up. It's because I'm the one that can handle it. Okay? It's because I see through the facades. I see through the drama. And I fed into the drama for too long. And I finally realize I don't actually have anything to apologize for other than just being insensitive. And I am sorry for that. I'm not going to be perfect moving forward. I'm going to continue to mess up. And so is Josh. But you know what? We're all going to figure it out together. But Josh did not have an ability to move forward unless he finally realized that there was no way out except through. As he came and made a promise to help support us while we build our business back up for what he ruined it for, and continue to just make it hell. And then when Caitlin's coming on screen looking awful, not being happy, not looking healthy, and then you're not looking healthy, and I'm looking healthy, it's because I'm the one trying to hold them all together. Let's wake up.
Yeah.
Let's wake up. All right? How could I have just defended myself in the past? I couldn't. So I kept my mouth shut. I did my work. I did what I had to do. Right? I was here for these guys the way they needed me to be, the way they asked me to be. I shut my mouth and I worked. Well, on screen I talked because you guys weren't ready for me to be the good guy, even though I always was. But now, VP's is strong. Can't touch this. And yes, to the point, I can make a joke in the middle of this. Because it's not a joke, but it's a comedy. Life can either be a tragedy or a comedy. And that choice is up to you. It's up to you. Yeah? It's up to you. Is it a comedy or a tragedy? I choose comedy.
Comedy's a lot better.
It is.
It is a whole lot better.
It is.
Very.
Because the stress isn't necessary. It is simply an entertainment of ego. When we feel that we have to be so angry and we have to be so serious because everything around us is just chaos and we're scared. Guys, we're turning mountains out of molehills when there's really not even any molehills there. All right? It's time to move on. I admit my mistakes. Okay? Like, you don't eternally pay for things that you do wrong. You do them wrong, and then you move on. But guys, I wasn't moving on without bringing along the people that I promised I would bring along. Because no matter how many promises so many people broke for me. Oh, I'm sorry that I don't have a mansion in LA yet. I'm sorry I didn't actually fight a bear. Let's be realistic about the things that I actually did wrong. And the things that we blew out of proportion. And that I allowed to get blown out of proportion because I was a wuss. Because I didn't stand up for myself. Because I wasn't in my own corner. I let other people tell me my worth. Not anymore. And you no longer let other people tell you your worth. Period. You stand strong. You don't retaliate. You don't have to be aggressive. But you be firm and stern about your rights, about the things you deserve in life, and about who you really are. And when you know someone is a good person, you do not leave them to the wolves and just buy them a car. You take them in and you save their life and let everyone else judge you as they may, because it's the right thing to do. Because it's the right thing to do. Let them judge and misunderstand. Let them judge and misunderstand. While behind the scenes, I tell you, I know somebody who feels a hell of a lot more understood than they ever did.
Yeah. Definitely.
Someone who has 2 children going to bat for them. I'm not a child. I'm an adult. I'm an adult. We'll cut that one. But
That's
Josh, if you don't, I asked. We had a last fight tonight. Josh and I had our last fight. Like that's it. I'm like Josh, get out of my house. Just go, because you're not worth the paycheck. I'm not playing this game, and I'd rather go get help from human services than continue to have to you control my life, the entire internet, not give me a red cent because they think I'm evil, thanks to everything that you've helped incorporate into my life, which you guys will never even know the quarter of it, of what happened behind the scenes that may or may not one day come to fruition. And I don't mean my behind the scenes. I mean the scary stuff that the scary people, all of our middle-aged pedophilic friends were up to, that is now finished as we move forward into a healthy, positive, stress-free environment. Because the reason I brought Josh Cook to Pennsylvania was because if I didn't, his life would be over, not mine. Because at the end of the day, I didn't speak loud enough about my truth, so he was willing to become this just to feel important or feel like someone hurt him. I didn't get smart fast enough. We can blame it on me. Or we could realize that I took on a responsibility that wasn't mine to begin with. So if it doesn't go well, you don't put it on me. Because it's not mine to have. But I'm choosing to take it on. And I'm willing to take the scrutiny for when I mess up. But guys, I think we're being a little unfair. Because I want to help. And you're going to let me help. Because I'm here. And you can't get rid of me because I'm not doing anything wrong. Never have, never will. Because it's not in my blood. It's not who I am. But I am getting stronger by the day. And people like this guy are teaching me how to do it. By showing me who I refuse to become. But Josh isn't going to stay this way. So before you go and decide you want to attack me or save Kate or attack him, we've been safe thus far because I've kept us safe. But I know, because I'm on top of this, that moving forward, Josh doesn't need to be put away. He doesn't need to have anything happen to him. We don't need to, 502, 302 him or whatever. He's good. He's going to figure it out. Guys, just take a breath. Just take a breath and give the guy a shot. Give me a shot to show my abilities here in a responsible fashion. As I've been, just having a conversation and helping people take the impossible imaginary mountains that they've created and help bring them back down to molehills. And then help them have the courage to walk towards those molehills and realize that it was just a mirage. That when Josh's reasoning for how I was never going to be the good friend that I already was because a couple of people let him down in his life. And I mean, guys, no 8th place trophies here. Okay? Caitlin has experienced some significant pain in her life before me. I have experienced some significant pain. Josh here? Why are we allowing people to believe they have the right to be a victim because they were a bad friend? Whoa. That's all you were, Josh, was a bad friend? And your refusal to face that turned you into this. But we all move forward from here. Because it's not an experiment. It's not a project. This isn't a laboratory. He's a human being. And we are being his friends. And just because we're doing it in a way that seems radical because we took a stranger into our home, who obviously didn't have the greatest of intentions, I never had any fear in the matter. because I know who I am, I know who Caitlin is, and I recognize Josh's needs, not just his wants, right? I have to buy this, I have to buy that.
Yeah.
Why did I convince Josh to sell his car? Because Josh needed discipline. That's very simple. I didn't make him sell his car. Oh yeah, I sure as heck sold him on the idea. You better believe it.
We did. We had fights about it for a while.
You better believe that the money was spent on house expenses. Nothing special for me. Right? Regular rent, regular bills, home internet. Not anything that's anyone's business anyway, but we're making it your business. Why? Because if we're ever going to have our own private life, if me and Kate are going to have our own private life and Josh is going to have his own private life, it starts by letting you guys have your own private life. By realizing that I don't have control over your privacy. That Josh chose to come and have this conversation. Oh, of course, I gave him a choice. I said, you will no longer allow me to be your scapegoat. Or you will get out of my, and get him out of my house. Or let's have this conversation. Oh, because Josh pays the bills, it's his house. No. I found a way to get this apartment without a job. And not stealing or any of that crazy stuff. I worked my angles. I made my friendships. I navigated my networks. I found got Kate a car. I got myself a car. I tried to go to work. I tried to make it all work. And I mean, the world is cruel. And people just continue to tear you apart. This is what happens when we let someone get torn apart for 43 years. Does that seem fair? It's not fair. It's not fair. Josh doesn't deserve this. And by this, I don't mean this. Oh, he deserves this. He earned this.
Yeah.
But anything forward is nobody's business. Josh gets to he deserves to just go live his own life. But the moment we let people not be accountable for what they've done, it's where they end up. He's a good guy. Just done some pretty rough things. More than he's even saying now. But it's not your business. You don't need to know. Because it's his privacy. Caitlin is safe. Everybody knows. All the people who are closest to me know about the situation. They know the in-depth of the situation. The things he's done, the things that have happened between us, all that. The people who are the most important in my life are fully aware of the scope of the scenario and what's going on. They are in constant contact. I maintain a positive network for the safety of my family, as in Kate and myself. Josh is a friend. So, Josh, are you ready to stop worrying about the comments and just be an adult?
I hadn't looked at them, so I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad.
That was hard. That was fair.
Oh, well, I'm here for you, buddy. I'm sorry it was so difficult for you.
Yeah. It needed to be done, though. So.
Yeah.
I'm glad it all came out. It does do good to hold stuff in.
Josh.
I'll tell you.
That's right. It doesn't.
Holding things in does not do anybody any good.
Nope.
I'm just going to tell you all that right now. It is not. You just pile it on top, and eventually it'll all come out. It'll come out as one whole thing, and that's not good.
All I have to say is, Ellen and Oprah, you better be watching. I think I'm funny. It's a story worthy of that. But the point is, it's not about that anymore. You know? That's why it's the joke. That's why it's the butt of the joke. Because it's just, who cares? Nobody needs to know except us. You know? It'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, it's all gonna work out.
How?
I don't know, but it will.
Who does know? Follow my lead, guys. I need your help here. I got a plan. That plan is not malicious. I'm just a smart dude trying to make a difference. In a very simple way. Not in some psychoanalytic way. Sure, I understand those things. And I talk intellectually because I want you to think I'm smart because I'm insecure. Guys, the better I get at what I do, the more I'm just going to talk like a normal person because it doesn't help much when I just have, when I talk like this. And I know that. It takes time. Right? Everybody wants you to hide from the screen until you're the professional. But the best way to learn is by experience. Josh came in our house and he turned it into a tornado. And I took the entire rap for it. And it finally got so bad to the point where I'm just like, and look, he's even swallowing now, as if it was justified. As if it was justified to be that way. It's not. And if someone says, Josh looks like he needs sleep, that's all. Josh, right? What did I always tell you? Everybody just wants you to go to sleep. Mm-hmm. Just go to sleep, pretend like you don't have problems, get up the next morning, hate your life tomorrow. It's okay. You fall asleep. Just put it off. Yeah. You can spend 8 hours not hating yourself. Go do that. And then you get up tomorrow and do it again.
Yeah. Just keep pushing it off.
Keep pushing. It doesn't work. But this does. You making a choice towards your future has changed everything for your future. And regardless of whether or not you know me past this point, do you have the ability to make your own life its best?
Yes, I do.
You're at your worst right now.
Yeah.
We'll agree on this is your rock bottom.
Totally. Can't go any further than this. Can't go down any further than this. But,
and that's the best part of it, is that there's only up from here.
Yep.
As far as the head, he messed up his own hair. I was coming in the bathroom to help him.
I did.
And not to cut it the way I do. You get overexcited.
I get excited. I want it done then. I want it done now. And this is what happened when I did now. That's not.
I had to do the rest of it. I messed up a lot.
I was going to trim it.
There was no choice. It looked ridiculous.
Right here, I trimmed it, and there was like a big old gash going right here, and there wasn't anything I could do.
How about right here?
Yeah, it was like right there. It was like right in here.
He just goes like, he's like, okay, all right,
whatever.
Well, we all know that the next time you're on camera, that'll be interesting. The cult has started. I knew that, that one's coming. That means, Josh, you will officially be a meme for the rest of your life. You and I will be put alongside one another. Old Jimmy, future Jimmy. So, Josh, your past no longer has to define your future. Just like mine, just like Kate's. We can start a new life today. Every one of us here on this side of the screen, and all of you, we can make a choice today to move on to a better life. Welcome to Feed Peace, the most positive community throughout social media. I love you guys far more than you know. Doesn't make me a cult. It just makes me a guy who has a way bigger heart than I know what to do with. And so does Josh. He's the same heart that I do. That's why I called him out of his hole. Same with Kate. Well, I called her out of the... That's why I called her to a better life. So, we're trying to make it. And we're going to make it. But guys, I think we've already made it. Okay, I've made it. Kate is getting there. Josh is officially at his rock bottom. But we build from there. So, because for me to make it, in my mind, is just that I'm surrounded by people that I love and that love me. My family, my friends, right? I grew up in foster care. Family to me is, well, anybody I can get, right? Anybody that's willing to accept me for who I am. And I accepted you even when, well, is the only word.
Leave it at well. That's about the only word.
Leave it at well. And I'm glad that you can find comedy in it. And I hope to God the people on the other end of that screen, the only thing they want to find out of this is comedy. Because if they don't, buddy, I'll be there to bat in your corner. But it's all going to be all right. It's all going to work out for the best. It always does. It always does. So, are we ready to have our first normal positive live stream? Are you on board with that?
Yes.
All right. You were already getting up for work.
No, I don't go till late, so I don't work Walmart today.
Story of my life. He didn't tell me that at the end of our conversation. If he did, I would have. No, he was out anyway. Guys, this one wasn't about sleep. Oh, he needs sleep? Too bad.
No,
This is real life.
I got like 3 hours. That was enough.
No, it's not. It's not that 3 hours is enough. It's that you literally wanted to commit homicide. So I want to have a conversation about it, or you leave. That was our stipulation. And now it's complete.
Yeah.
And now I hope to God we can move forward. Can we do that?
I'm ready.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're ready, because I knew that my name would never be exonerated unless I helped you save yours. So although I did it for some selfish reasons, I do get the benefit of the fact that you are as good of a person as I am deep down.
Yeah.
Now people need to see that from now on. Don't fake it and pretend to be some scared little 43-year-old man.
Yeah.
You're a confident, positive human being with a heart and people that rely on you and that you rely on. And that now includes them. If you want that. If you don't want that, it doesn't matter. Be your last day on.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you can rest knowing that there are other people beyond the people who are blood tied to you who have your back. And who really have your back. Aren't just there to tell you, no, it's okay, Josh, just lay in bed and make Jimmy the bad guy. It's okay. Right? Just drink your Coke, drink the pain away. Jimmy's just a scammer. Just let it end. No. Let's show Josh we're here for him. How about that? Because that's what I'm on board for. Even if I have to be on live stream by myself with Josh, smiling and cheering him on, that's exactly what me, Kate, and Josh are going to do together. Cheer on Kate, cheer on Josh, and I'll cheer on myself if someone else wants to cheer me on. So, all right. So, we are going to take a quick 12 to 18 hour intermission, and we will be back after everybody gets some sleep, we all get some work done, and we're ready to have a mature conversation about the world that's about to be set on fire with love of feepies. In a very simple, it's a YouTube channel. Calm down, everyone. Feepies for life. Bye for now.